If your income stopped today, how long could your life stay normal? Not comfortable, not luxurious, normal. Could you cover rent, food, bills, insurance, your car, your family? Most people do not destroy their financial future with one dramatic mistake. They destroy it quietly. One upgrade, one monthly payment, one ignored investment account, 1 year of waiting, one "I'll deal with it later." And by the time they finally pay attention, they realize retirement was not ruined by bad luck. It was ruined by patterns. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 12 money mistakes people make before 40 that can cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. Some of these will sound obvious, but obvious does not mean harmless. The most dangerous money mistakes are usually the ones that feel normal. And before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell. I post financial content every single week. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1 is lifestyle inflation. This is what happens when your income goes up, but your life immediately gets more expensive. You get a raise, and suddenly the apartment is not good enough anymore. The car feels outdated, the vacations get bigger, the restaurants get nicer, the clothes get more expensive, and at first, it feels deserved. You worked hard, you earned more, you want to enjoy it. That is not the problem. The problem is when every increase in income becomes a permanent increase in spending. That is how people can double their salary and still feel broke. They did not build more freedom. They built a more expensive cage. Here is the rule. When your income increases, your savings rate should increase first. Not your car payment, not your rent, not your lifestyle. If your income goes up by $500 a month, do not let all $500 disappear into better dinners and nicer things. Automate part of it before it ever reaches your checking account. Send $250 or $300 straight to investments. Then enjoy the rest without guilt. Wealth is not built by never enjoying your money. It is built by making sure your future gets paid before your lifestyle gets upgraded. Mistake number 2 is buying too much house. A house can be a good financial decision, but the wrong house at the wrong price with the wrong payment can become one of the biggest wealth killers in your life. The bank may approve you for a large mortgage. That does not mean you can comfortably afford it. The bank is asking one question: can this person probably make the payment? You should be asking a different question: can I make this payment and still build wealth? Because there's a huge difference between being approved and being financially healthy. If your mortgage, taxes, insurance, repairs, and utilities consume too much of your income, you become house poor. You may own a beautiful home, but you have no margin. No investing, no emergency fund, no flexibility, no peace. A bigger house does not always mean a better life. Sometimes it just means a bigger monthly obligation. Before you buy, run the full cost. Not just the mortgage. Include maintenance, property taxes, insurance, furniture, utilities, repairs, and the opportunity cost of money that could have been invested. Your home should support your financial life. It should not swallow it. Mistake number 3 is buying too much car. This one hurts people because cars are emotional. A new car feels like progress. It feels like success. It feels like proof that you are doing better. But financially, a car is usually not an asset. It is transportation, and transportation should not delay your retirement. The dangerous part is not only the car price, it is the full package. The loan, the interest, the insurance, the maintenance, the fuel, the depreciation, the upgrades. A car payment can quietly become a monthly tax on your future. And when you combine that with credit cards, rent, subscriptions, and lifestyle inflation, it gets very hard to build wealth. Here is the wealthy way to think about cars. Buy reliable. Buy used when it makes sense. Keep it longer than your ego wants to. Avoid long loans. Do not let a car payment become part of your identity. Nobody builds real wealth by impressing strangers at traffic lights. A car should move you from place to place. It should not move your retirement date 10 years into the future. And if this is making sense to you so far, hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to hear this. Mistake number 4 is ignoring small recurring expenses. This is one of the easiest mistakes to dismiss because none of the charges feel serious by themselves. $9.99 here, $14.99 there, $29.99 for an app. a gym membership you barely use, a streaming service you forgot about, a delivery fee, a premium subscription, an upgrade you do not need. One charge is harmless, the pattern is not. Small recurring expenses are dangerous because they remove your awareness. You do not decide every month to spend that money. It just leaves. And money that leaves automatically should be reviewed automatically. So here is a practical challenge. After this video, open your bank statement and write down every recurring charge from the last 30 days. Do not estimate. Look, then cancel anything that does not clearly improve your life. You do not need to become cheap. You need to become conscious, because a few $100s a month redirected into investments can become real money over time. The goal is not to cut everything fun. The goal is to stop funding things you no longer care about. I have a full video on this topic. 20 subscriptions that are secretly costing you thousands every year. It is linked in the description. Go watch it after this. Mistake number 5 is the most expensive one on this list. Waiting too long to invest. When you are young, it feels like you have unlimited time. You tell yourself, I will start when I earn more. I will start after I pay this off. I will start when life gets stable. But the problem is that investing rewards time more than almost anything else. The earlier dollars have the longest runway. Imagine two people. Person A starts investing at 22. Person B starts at 32. Same investment, same monthly contribution, same average return. Person A does not just end up slightly ahead. They end up dramatically ahead because their money had 10 extra years to compound. That is the part most people underestimate. Waiting 1 year does not just cost 1 year of contributions. It costs the growth on that contribution. And the growth on the growth. And the growth on the growth after that. So do not wait until you feel ready. Start small. Start imperfectly. Start with an amount that feels almost too easy. $25, $50, $100. The first goal is not to get rich overnight. The first goal is to become the kind of person who invests every month. Once the habit exists, the amount can grow, but time cannot be recovered. Quick check. Are you subscribed yet? If not, hit that button right now. I break down exactly how to invest step by step in several videos on this channel, and you are going to want those. Mistake number 6 is keeping too much money in cash. Cash is not bad. You need cash. Cash gives you stability. Cash protects you from emergencies. Cash helps you avoid debt when life gets messy. But too much cash for too long creates another problem. Your money stops growing. If prices rise over time while your cash earns very little, your purchasing power slowly weakens. You may have the same number of dollars, but those dollars buy less. That is why cash should have a job. Emergency fund? Cash. Short-term goal? Cash. Money needed in the next few years? Probably cash or something very conservative. But long-term wealth money should not sit permanently in a basic savings account. It needs to be invested in assets that can grow. The mistake is not having cash. The mistake is confusing cash with a complete wealth-building strategy. Cash protects, investing builds. You need both. But they are not the same tool. Mistake number 7 is ignoring tax-advantaged accounts. This is one of those mistakes that sounds boring until you realize how much money it can cost. In many countries, there are accounts designed to help people invest for retirement or long-term goals with serious tax benefits. In the United States, that could be a 401k, an IRA, or a Roth IRA. In the UK, that could be an ISA or a pension. In other countries, the names are different, but the principle is the same. If you ignore those accounts, you may be paying more tax than necessary and slowing down your wealth building. And if your employer offers a retirement match and you do not contribute enough to receive it, that is one of the closest things to free money you will ever see. The order usually looks like this. Build a basic emergency fund first, then capture any employer match, then pay down high-interest debt, then invest consistently in tax-advantaged accounts, then use regular investment accounts after that. The principle is simple. Mistake number 8 is trying to beat the market with stock picking. This one is tempting because it feels intelligent. You research companies, you watch videos, you read opinions, you hear about the next big thing. You imagine buying before everyone else understands the opportunity. And sometimes, yes, people get lucky. But luck is not a strategy. The hard truth is that even many professional investors struggle to outperform broad market index funds over long periods. These are people with teams, data, software, research, and full-time experience. So if professionals have a hard time doing it consistently, the average person should be very careful before assuming they can outperform the market from a phone during lunch breaks. For most people, the boring approach is stronger. Broad diversification, low fees, consistent contributions, long time horizon, minimal emotional decisions. Boring is not the enemy. Boring is often what works. Exciting investing makes good stories. Boring investing often makes better retirements. We are halfway through. Drop a comment right now with the number of the mistake that hit you hardest so far. Just the number. I read every single one. Mistake number 9 is comparison. This is not just an emotional problem, it is a financial problem. Because comparison creates artificial needs. You see someone buy a house and suddenly your apartment feels too small. You see someone take a vacation and suddenly your normal life feels boring. You see someone with a new car, new clothes, new watch, new lifestyle, and suddenly your financial plan starts feeling like deprivation. But you are not seeing the full picture. You are seeing the purchase, not the payment. You are seeing the vacation, not the credit card balance. You are seeing the lifestyle, not the stress behind it. Wealth is often invisible. It looks like money not spent. It looks like options. It looks like low stress. It looks like freedom. It looks like being able to say no. But social media rewards visible spending, not invisible wealth. So you have to decide what game you are playing. Are you trying to look wealthy now, or are you trying to become free later? Because those two goals often require opposite decisions. Mistake number 10 is not having a written financial plan. Most people do not have a plan. They have a feeling. They feel like they should save more. They feel like retirement will somehow work out. They feel like they are behind, but they do not know by how much. Feelings are not a plan. A real financial plan does not need to be complicated. It can fit on one page. You need to know 5 numbers: your monthly income, your monthly expenses, your total debt, your current net worth, and your monthly investing target. That is it. Once you know those numbers, your financial life becomes less emotional. You stop guessing. You start steering. Because you cannot improve what you refuse to measure. If you have never calculated your net worth, do it this week. Assets minus liabilities. That number may make you uncomfortable. Good. Clarity often feels uncomfortable before it becomes powerful. Mistake number 11 is ignoring protection. Most money content focuses on building wealth. Earn more, save more, invest more, compound more. That matters. But once you start building something, you also need to protect it. A single emergency can damage years of progress if you are not prepared. Depending on your situation, this might include health insurance, disability insurance, term life insurance, renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance, or liability protection. If people depend on your income, life insurance becomes more important. If your ability to work is your biggest financial asset, disability coverage matters. This is not exciting. But neither is losing years of progress because you were underprotected. Insurance is not there to make you rich. It is there to stop one bad event from destroying your financial life. Do not wait until you have a large net worth to think about protection. Protection is part of the wealth building system. Mistake number 12 is not having an emergency fund. This is the foundation. Without an emergency fund, every surprise becomes a crisis. A car repair becomes credit card debt. A medical bill becomes panic. A job loss becomes desperation. A family emergency becomes a financial setback that takes months or years to recover from. A good target is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Not luxury spending, essential expenses. Housing, food, utilities, insurance, transportation, minimum debt payments. Keep it somewhere safe and accessible, not in the stock market, not in a risky investment. Not somewhere you are tempted to gamble with it. This money has one job: to be there when life hits. An emergency fund will not make you rich, but not having one can keep you broke. So let's bring this together. The 12 money mistakes are lifestyle inflation, buying too much house, treating cars like status symbols, ignoring small recurring expenses, waiting too long to invest, keeping too much money in cash, ignoring tax-advantaged accounts, trying to beat the market, comparing your life to everyone else's highlight reel, having no written financial plan, protecting wealth too late, and having no emergency fund. You do not need to fix all 12 today. That is how people get overwhelmed and do nothing. Pick one. The one that made you uncomfortable. The one you instantly knew was true. The one you have been avoiding. Fix that first, then move to the next one. Financial progress is not built from one perfect decision. It is built from repeated corrections. Month after month, year after year. Most people are not broke because they are stupid. They are broke because nobody taught them how expensive normal can be. Normal payments, normal debt, normal upgrades, normal delays, normal comparison, normal avoidance. If you want abnormal results, you need to stop accepting normal money behavior. Now, before I let you go, I want to ask you for 3 things. First, if you are not subscribed yet, do it right now. I post every single week. Real financial content. No fluff, no fake gurus, no get-rich-quick nonsense. Just honest research-backed advice that actually moves the needle. Hit subscribe. It is free. Second, turn on the bell notification because YouTube does not show my videos to everyone who subscribes. The bell is what tells YouTube, yes, I actually want to see this. Without it, you might miss videos that are directly relevant to where you are financially right now. Third, hit the like button if this video gave you value. It tells the algorithm this content is worth showing to more people. People who are making these exact mistakes right now and do not even know it. Your like helps them find this video. Now, go back and look at my older videos on this channel. There is a video on bad money habits, a video on the #1 wealth killer, a video on why your 50s decide whether you retire rich or stressed, a video on subscriptions that are secretly costing you thousands. These videos exist. They are free. They are on this channel, and the people watching them are building a completely different financial future than the people who are not. Treat this channel like a course, not just a feed. Drop a comment below with just one thing. Which mistake are you fixing first? Not the one that sounds impressive, the real one. I read the comments and they help me decide what to cover next. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.